VCHS TV. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey, here on YouTube, Facebook, here at Bradley Central High School. Today, we're going to talk about boys basketball with the Bears. We're going to talk with head coach Chuck Clark, along with junior Trey Curry and sophomore Quante Berry. Glad to welcome you guys to the program today, guys.
Yes, sir.
First time I've had you in a while. I've had you on the radio and so forth. But Coach Clark, let's go back and look. Since we last had an interview, sit-down session here, we played a lot of games. We went to down to Dalton. Well, actually, we played the Thursday and Friday up in Knoxville.
Right.
And got our heads handed to us the first night, and then looked pretty good the next night there. So we split those games.
Right. We came out and we ran in quicksand and we sunk.
That was your phrase you used up there, I believe.
Something like that. And then I was ticked off, and we changed up everything that we normally did, and I put in some stuff that we haven't worked on. And lo and behold, I guess it worked well for us. And the guys went back in their memory banks and thought about what we do, how to do it. And so it worked.
Well, and Trey was out about 2.5 games there. And then we go down to Dalton to Christian Heritage, faced some pretty tough teams down there. You know, we played Calhoun, Georgia. I think it was 9-1 coming into that game. We took on the home, we played second game? I'm trying to remember. Heritage, Georgia. Yeah, Heritage, Georgia. And then we took on the home team, who's basically got a loaded team, and they recruit the best you can be recruited to a private school down in Dalton, I guess. But and held our own with them, coming up a little short there. But
well, that was Trey turned his ankle in the first game against Calhoun, and I mean he was in double figures and a couple 3-4 rebounds, and then turned an ankle, and so we just held him out. He probably could have played, but we were coming back after Christmas
more important games
to play Walker Valley for the district. Yeah. So, you weigh it out, and district play is a little more important than that tournament play. So he's healthy now. We're taping him up, and he's going, and so we're about to get back to full speed.
Well, he's played quite well the last few games. We're going to get to Trey in just a moment. And then just last week now, very important, 2 district matchups with Walker Valley on the road Tuesday.
Right.
We took care of business there. Then Friday, we had our oldest rival, McMinn County, at home here with another big district game. So, and we won both of those. I mean, it wasn't easy, either one of them. They were both 2 tough games, but nevertheless, here again, you took care of business and kept the district wins.
Right, and right now that's the most important part, is making sure that these guys understand that we have to come out there and give our A game. And I tried to, Walker Valley, I know that they're going to get up for Walker Valley, right, because that's kind of between them and Cleveland, that's our rival. But I tried to explain to them the importance of what McMinn County is and how we are actually their biggest rival.
Absolutely.
And you talk to anybody up in that area, and they're going to tell you, and it's Bradley Central, and that's who they want to beat. And some of them give their pinky finger for beating us, but knock on wood, it hadn't. We came out on the right end this year, or this game.
But you're right. People don't realize how they look at Bradley. They look at Bradley like we look at Cleveland.
Right.
As our biggest rival there. But let's go ahead and talk to a couple players here. Trey, I know you're just a junior this year. You're a multi-sport athlete, wide receiver, running back, and football too for Coach Damon Floyd there. And another great year for the Bears this year. Do you like one sport over the other? Or do you like watching season? I mean, not put you on the spot here, but I guess you like them both pretty well.
It's like when I'm in the season, I like them both like equal.
Yeah. So whatever's there. You seem to recover from the ankle problem you had down in Georgia quite well, and you've had some super games. I think 24 points the last game out there against McMinn County when we need every one of those. And you are a junior, and I know you're getting a lot of recruiting noise from folks about football. Do you have who's at the top of your list as far as where you're thinking about going right now at this point?
Right now, I'm interested in South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas A&M. I've been looking at them, and Louisville and a couple other schools. But those are the top.
What would be your preferred position to play in college? Wide receiver? I mean, I know people say they're going to. You're such an athletic guy that you can play a lot of things, and they recruit you. Sometimes they call you an athlete. Some call you wide receiver. Do you have a preferred position that you'd like to play in college?
Wide receiver
Wide receiver?
or safety. It's like either of those two.
Well, sort of the same thing. You're catching the ball or trying to keep the other guy from catching it, and catching yourself on the defense there,
Yes,
aren't you?
sir.
Okay, and Quante, you're just a sophomore.
Yes, sir.
And you're what, 6'4" now maybe?
6'4", 6'3", something like that.
And Trey's what, 6'5", I think, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
And you guys probably can grow some more, I'd say, too. But,
Hope so.
well, you're the point guard. And, you know, I've told Coach before, it seems like when you're in the game, you know, things run smoother. Not saying we don't have good, adequate backup for you, but it's just you're used to running the points. You've been running for 2 points, started as a freshman. There's not many freshmen, Chuck, that I recall that started as freshmen at Bradley Central, especially running the point guard. I guess we've had a few over the years, but
The closest one we've had probably is Bryce Copeland that came in.
yeah.
And I think we kind of turned the reins over to him when he was here, but Quante's done. I turned it over to him really quick.
Yeah.
And you know, we've got the other guys that run it, but they're not as used to Quante taking over and pushing the ball up in court. But you know, we run 3 or 4 guards, and all of them can handle the ball and bring it up. But Quante's what helps take care of it for us. So.
Well, do you have a favorite play that you like to be involved in? I mean, I know you scored 25, I think, last game. You had 25, Trey had 24, or vice versa, whatever. That's 49 points out of whatever amount we had, you know. We're scoring a lot more points this year than we have in the past. We're up 10 or 12 points, I think, per game, which bodes bad for the other teams. But your aspect of the game, what are you working? What would you like to improve? You know, if you could improve one thing in your game, what would that be for you?
Pushing the ball up faster, getting it up there so the defense don't set up, and just like seeing more people open, seeing more people when they're open.
Well, and you're tall enough where you can, and you leap good. You and Trey both can dominate the boards, and if you guys are doing your thing on the boards along with their other guys, it's hard, you know, for the other team to step in there and get those rebounds. And that ignites a lot of times our fast break. Now, we can have some pretty good slamming, jamming fast breaks. We've seen both of you guys slam it home a few times this year, but it's entertaining to watch there. You're sitting here right behind Cleveland, I guess. They're unbeaten in the district. We've got that one loss to Cleveland.
All right.
So we're in second place there. This week now we've got district games coming up here tonight. It's on a Tuesday with Ottawa tonight, and they always give us fits, no matter if we're home or there. And then we've got Saudi Daisy here Friday, and they're down a little bit right now. But those are, you've got to take care of business home, because after Friday we'll have played everybody in our district, you know, 1 game each. And 5 of those 6 are home games for us. So that means we got 5 out of 6 on the road starting after this Friday, you know. So.
Well, it's going to be a tough road, and you know, not to look ahead. Saudi Daisy has been playing a lot better basketball, and I look at their scores, and you know, Walker Valley just, I think it was 11, 12 points, and then Ottawa got them about 8 or 10, and so they're playing a whole lot better than what they have in the last couple of years. So Bill's got them going pretty good down there, but. You know, we worry about ourselves. I worry about us more than I do anybody else. And if we're playing really good basketball, and then we can play a number of different ways. And so, but I keep harping at the guys, and they'll tell you that. And we worked on it a lot yesterday in practice. The deeper you get into the season, when you get into tournament time, games change.
Yeah.
All the games have a different personality, and so you have to be able to work and the offense and break down the defense. You just can't just go run and gun and expect to, especially a team that is built for that. And so you have to be able to play a number of different ways, and these guys have been able to do that. And those, you know, McMinn County wanted to run with us some.
Yeah.
Quante got back on the court. Trey got better because Quante was there, and so next thing you know, everybody got better. You know, Q got in foul trouble in the first quarter, and with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, he's sitting with me.
Yeah.
And you know, what we don't do a very good job of is we see how the officiating is going, and these guys don't adjust their game, and that's why Trey's gotten a whole lot better at it. I think he's starting to realize that when he gets his first foul, then he adjusts his game a little bit, because he had an opportunity to run over somebody or go when he's going to the rim. He stopped. He jump stopped and made a great pass on the wing, and we knocked down a 3-ball. And he's learning those things, and you know, it takes time for anything to adjust your game. And Quante's the same way. That, you know, they're both learning that if the officials letting you play, okay, so be it. But if they're not, then you turn around and you adjust your game a little bit. Do the other stuff, make the extra pass. Don't try to force the issue sometimes. So.
Well, I've seen lots, thousands and thousands of Bradley games. Probably seen more Bradley basketball games than anybody alive, to be honest about it. But I think the good teams are the ones that can adjust in the game to see, like you say, go out there and see what the refs are calling. Because the second time a team plays you, they're going to play you different if you beat them the first time. They're going to play you different. They're going to figure out what they thought would work versus what didn't work the last time.
Exactly.
And you as a coach, you and your staff got to figure that out and pass it on to the players, you know, I guess.
Well, you can ask them, guys, did we try to change things up in practice the last few times?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we did.
Trey, let me ask you, I've seen you have some thunder dunks, as we call them, a few times. How does that feel? I wouldn't know how it feels to go up and slam one. That's got to make you get the adrenaline flowing, I guess, because it gets the crowd all fired up.
It does. I just love when the crowd start like yelling and stuff. It makes me feel good.
Well, Quante's had a few of those too. And both of you missed one or two this year, which is uncalled for, but you know.
Yeah.
But it happens, you know, I guess. But it's an exciting play. Obviously, it gets the crowd all fired up, and I don't know if it deflates the other team or not. It certainly makes them take pause and hope they're not the one that got posterized, as they say, you know. But we've seen a lot of those. But how do you feel the team is going right now, Trey? You guys seem to be playing good together. You've got had some good wins, especially the last two with Walker Valley and McMinn County. Those are games that could have gone either way if we're not in our game mentally and playing together as a team. But how do you think the team's playing right now?
I think the team's playing good right now. We're starting to like develop more, and we're starting to like learn a lot more and like run our offense. And I think we're playing good.
Well, good. Quante, you feel the same way about it there?
Yeah, I think we had a little trouble like finding out who we were at first.
Yeah.
But I think after that loss in the Christmas tournament, I think that got our attention. I think we're ready now.
Well, we've talked for years that the teams, up to Christmas, that's one type of season. But through the Christmas break, you know, playing tournaments like you have and stuff like that, you come out of that Christmas break, you better pretty much have your starting five defined and your role playing defined. And I know you rely on your assistant coaches, you know, hey, coach, this guy's got so many fouls, or we might need to sub him out and let him rest, take a blow, you know. And I know you're depending on Drew and Colby to be that guy like Patrick was for you all those years. And you work for Coach Kent Smith there.
Yeah, it's a total team, you know, and these guys are learning that I can't do it without the assistant coaches, and I certainly can't do it without these guys. And when they start to buy into what we are preaching, then they come together as a group, and to go to the next level that we want to go to in between the tournament time and stuff, you have to trust the guy next to you. You have to care about the guy next to you. And so when you do that, you play for the guy next to you. And so these guys are starting to learn that, and they're starting to buy in a little bit more. And it's called unselfish basketball. You know, when you start playing unselfish, playing for your teammate, that's when we can get really good.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've said this on the radio a few times. You know, when we're good, we're really good. We can play with anybody in the state. And when we're not playing together as a team, we can be beaten by about anybody in the state. You know,
And that's exactly, we've proven that.
Yeah, we have proven it. And let me get an update for you. Trey, you have a brother, KK. What's KK doing now? Where's he at?
He plays at South Alabama.
And what year is he in now? He's probably close
He's
to
a
graduating.
freshman.
Oh, he's a freshman down
He's a
there.
freshman in college, yes, sir.
Okay. And Quante, you have a brother, Norris.
Yes, sir.
Where's he playing?
He's at Scotland Prep in Pennsylvania.
Scotland Prep.
Yes, sir.
So you got good bloodlines there, you know, for you guys there. But, well, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. We appreciate you all joining us today. Junior Trey Curry, sophomore Quante Barrett, head coach Chuck Clark has been around since a lot of people have not been here, I guess. here on BCHS.tv. You can watch all these videos now on BCHS.tv. You can watch them on Facebook. All you got to look for is BCHS Bear Network. Also on YouTube, they'll be there, and they'll probably be there sometime this afternoon. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey for BCHS TV. Until later, we'll say so long for now, and God bless, and go Bears.